Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Fantasy Strategies. Today the topic of discussion would be why the tennis Grand Slams has been won by the top three guys and not by the other emerging players that are on tour. So to the coming to the first point, that's the draw because they are the top seed. So the draw is on their side. They have an easier road to their quarterfinal, semi-final, finals. That's the most important matches. So they have an easier road in comparison to their emerging players like Tsitsipas, Daniel Medvedev. Though Daniel Medvedev is now ranked 2, so he will be having a advantage in the coming events. But the thing is that the draw helps them out mostly. So if you see, Daniel Medvedev had a good ranking, so he made the finals this time. So they will have the higher chances to win the Grand Slam in upcoming years, or you can say the next Grand Slam. But coming to why the top three guys won so many Grand Slam is the firstly was their draw. The draw was they have the advantage of the draw, so they would face an easier opponents in comparison to their emerging players who will face a different challenging task coming to the first, second, third, fourth rounds. Now, coming to the second point is that they have the experience. Experience is like the most important, not the most important, but it is the important point. So, if somebody has an experience of winning Grand Slams, winning the crunch situations, how to play, how to keep their nerves in calm situation in a tougher situations, that would always prevail with the upcoming players. So the thing is that they have the experience of winning multiple Grand Slams. If you see, like Roger Federer have won 20 Grand Slams, even Nadal has won 20, and now Djokovic has been 18th with his Australian Open recently. So you see, like they have the experience. So when it comes to the bigger matches, they always like have an advantage over an opponent. Now coming to the third point, and I think that is the most important point, because the thing is, this is like energy conservation. So energy conservation is something that is the most important in tennis, because now they have an easier draw. So when they meet up with an opponent in first, second, third, fourth round, they mostly won it in 3 sets. They always try to win those matches in 3 sets. I'm not saying that the emerging player doesn't want to win those in 3 sets, but we have seen that they mostly finish their first, second, third, fourth round in 3 sets, and when they come to the quarterfinals, semifinals, they have much energy, much in their tank to go out and play these emerging players like Daniel Medvedev, Dominic Thiem, Tsitsipas. So and also the other players which have gone by, like David Ferrer, Andy Murray, and all those players who tried to fought but never but they weren't able to win a Grand Slam. So energy conservation is something the emerging players have to be keep in mind, because now if you see, like if a Novak Djokovic, who has, if you see, like he's coming to a match, and like a quarterfinal match against Dominic Thiem. Now if example, like Thiem has played 2 5 setters before that, so he has already burnt his more energy, and Novak Djokovic is coming straight 3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets. So he will have an advantage, and he will play the bigger rallies. He will play the long rallies with Dominic Thiem or any other opponent. So that's how they break their opponent apart. That's the important point. Energy conservation. They have to win their matches because it's a 2 week program. The Grand Slam is a 2 week event, and you have to be always at your toes and always have a challenging times in these situations. So I think the energy conservation would they have to win their matches in 3 sets. It's easier said than done. So but they have to break that barrier to win the multiple Grand Slam like these guys have done. Now coming to the fourth point, I think that's a determination and focus, because the determination and focus is always, if you see that these top three guys have been determined to win Grand Slams, and they have been winning Grand Slams from past decades. If you see, they have lifted so many Grand Slams, and in between somebody like Del Potro or Wawrinka comes out, but because their determination and focus is always, first of all, when it comes to the fourth, fifth round, they want to win in 3 sets. So that's a determination. And when they come to like the bigger matches, they have the energy. So that's a determination and focus which helps them. And at first, and they have the experience also. So focus and determination, these emerging players have to be uh, developed, because it will develop in time. And because they smash the rackets, and if they lose a set, they smash the racket, or they abuse chair umpire. So these things, they have to be check in, so that they can be more consistent and more determined and more focused in their matches. Now coming to the fifth point, I think that's an important point, because now if you see, these top three guys are getting older day by day, but what they are doing is that they are adding variety to their game. Now if you see the Novak Djokovic, first of all, he when he was starting and he was winning, when he was younger, he used to play the longer rallies. And now he has improved his net play, and he uses more drop shots. Even Nadal comes to net, and Roger Federer, because they are getting older and they know that. So what they are doing is, like, they are coming to the net, they are using drop shots, so that they can use not going into the longer rallies and draining them out. So they are adding varieties to the game. They are changing their serves, because they are suffering from injuries. So that's how they are evolving their game. So that's the thing. And now coming to the important point, like how you can beat them. That's the more important thing. How can you beat these guys, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer? Federer is getting older. So the thing is that, first of all, if you see the example in this Australian Open itself, the Karatsev, who was a qualifier, he made to the semi-final. How he made that to the semi-finals? Because first of all, he had the, if you hunger or a will, he was a Russian player. And sometimes the draw helps them out as well, because if he had been paired with a much top 8 guys, he must have crashed out. But I think he has a great career in front of him, and he showed the world that a qualifier can also made it to the bigger stages. Now coming to how you can beat Djokovic. If you see the Djokovic has always been consistent with his performances, and whenever he comes to the current matches, he always, like, he ups his game, and he always try to mix varieties and to his game. And if you see, like, what Djokovic is doing, is that he never goes to the line. The shots, he doesn't always hits the lines. He just goes, he plays the game. So if you want to beat Djokovic, you have to stay with him with the rallies. You don't have to go to the winners. If you go to the winners, then you will do more unforced errors, because if you know that these guys are getting older, and you have to go with them with the rallies. So if you play a long rallies with them, they will eventually they will gonna unforce errors much rather than you going for a winner. If you see Djokovic, he always, like, he never goes to the line. He always play the percentage shots, and whenever he gets a short ball, he'll either drop it in front of the opponent, or he will always try to mix varieties with that. Now coming to Nadal is a strong player. Like, he has a big shots in his repertoire, and if you have to beat him, you will have to be playing like Dominic Thiem. Dominic Thiem has always been a good player against him, and he has challenged him. If you see, he has thrown him out of many tournaments. Fresh, I'm talking about fresh matches, because fresh means, like, they are both fresh. If Nadal is fresh and Thiem is fresh, I think the advantage is for Thiem. So the thing is, Nadal has bigger shots. The thing is, you don't have to give time to Nadal. You have to always keep pushing him side by side, and he will always gonna flatter, because he wants to stand authority amongst the players. So I think the more you play the longer rallies, it will be helpful for you. So I think the Karatsev is an example. A qualifier can also do wonders, and helps in their improving ATP rankings. So I think this is the time. I think this is the time has come now, because these guys are getting older, and emerging players can beat them anytime. So I think it's if you come now, it's I think Wimbledon and clay season will begin, and so I think these have been won by Roger and Rafa. So I think it's a challenging times, and I think we these guys can do that. And hopefully, I think this video would be. If you like the video, kindly like it and subscribe my channel. Thank you.